Hi everyone, it's Polm. Back here with more Titanium Court. Last time we defeated the dragon with fire. This time we're going to try to do that journal one. So let's go ahead and hop right back into it. Okay, read it. We definitely like to read more about your time in the mysterious monastery. It's getting pretty late. You can look at this entry again in the morning. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. Alrighty. Oh, that's not where I want to go. Explore elsewhere. Let's go to the chapel. Hey, Puck. As usual, we have time for one earnest answer. Exactly as the court. Where are my keys? When did the war start? Just how much are the fairies of the court messing with you? Who's the other queen? Now seems as good a time as any to ask him about the other queen you've heard brief mentions of within the court. Upon hearing your question, his face immediately becomes stricken with fear and disgust. He cries out, "Please don't ask me of her." Okay, you think you can assume this is a sensitive subject for him. If it makes him that uncomfortable, you can ask something else. As if attempting to interrupt you, the court suddenly shakes violently. No, no, you've asked, and now I must answer. Is the other queen? Nothing I can say will ever be sufficient. She advances this course of events. She devours magic. She's our patron and our bane. We know nothing of who she really is or what she really desires, but we can always see her watching. Which is why, honestly, I assumed you would be quite familiar with her already. You're not sure you follow what he's saying. Must I spell it out? She is looking directly at you, right now, as she has been since the moment of your arrival. The hair on the back of your neck stands up in response to this claim. You somehow know that if you turn around, you'll see her. There's no turning back, but you resist the urge. Okay. You utterly wonder just how much time you've spent at the court. Has it been hours, days, years? For some reason, a part of you thinks it's been precisely 8 hours, 33 minutes, and 2 seconds since your arrival. But you know for a fact that you can't possibly be true. Ooh, should we do the mirror again? Let's stop in the shower. Get some shower thoughts going. Today, you're thinking about war. Specifically, you've observed a spell named Dragon's Cop for sale on occasion. This is a spell that annihilates a tile on the battlefield above the court. I don't think I've seen that one. This spell strikes you as preposterously useful for the war effort, particularly in situations where you need to eliminate a single target. It is one limitation being that you have minimum control over the court's location on the battlefield. Unless you also made use of one of the many spells of teleportation you've seen for sale. You resolve to keep the idea in your back pocket for when the correct opportunity arises. As you loathe to... Okay. Well, I know I said we'd do that one, but I don't know. The mirror seems fun again, too. So I gotta think. Why am I in the chapel? Somebody is watching something on TV. You enter the chapel to find the visiting dignitary watching a basketball game on the television. Ah, Her Majesty. I've heard you are partial to baseball. Very fine, very good. I'm a basketball fan myself as of 5 minutes ago. I'm fascinated by the foul. Let's discuss. Suppose you could spare a moment. The game is early in the fourth quarter. The score is 112 to 76. You think the trailing team is very unlikely to win from this position. A weariness overtakes you. Did you wake up this tired? Is it the droning voice of the man to your left? And with no options left, what else can they do but foul, foul, foul? If they hope to survive, they must transgress. How divine, He has been speaking this entire time. You suspect he is the type of person who will speak endlessly to fill a silence. Something you can appreciate given your current fatigue. A vested interest in halting the course of events. They must snub their noses at fate. Your head nods along absently while the game on the screen progresses like a clock. The score is now 132 to 98, with more than half the fourth quarter left to play. The leading team takes a timeout to send in some of their less experienced players. As Delvin cuts the commercial, you use it as an opportunity to take your leave. Despite your sudden excursion, you do have things to do. Yes, very good. Her Majesty is above rest in rank and station. We will speak on these matters more at a later date. Go to my chambers. Go to the night. Let's go to the dining hall. Let's eat some food. Sudden mortality. You're curious about whether there are any limits or restrictions to the longevity of your fairy courtiers. Your Majesty, astute as ever, you're asking about the deal with our deals. You're correct. Eternal longevity and continuity of flesh and spirit are not free. In exchange, we fairies must endure one or more tragic flaws, the sum of which constitutes our deal. But get this, every fairy's deal is unique. For example, part of my deal is that I frequently discuss taboo subjects at inappropriate volume in public places. You notice as he says this that the rest of the table has gone silent. Your other courtiers avoiding eye contact and staring into their soup. A fairy's deal is something very personal, you see. It often an embarrassing and dangerous weakness. Or perhaps it's merely a source of frequent internalized shame. The rest of the dining hall quiets down, causing her voice to ring out even louder. Because of this, most fairies will avoid the subject entirely. Diners at the edge of your table begin to silently excuse themselves. But not me. I'm happy to discuss these subjects at length. I can go on and on if you let me. Given that you have many more questions about the nature of these deals, you actually are quite tempted to let her go on and on. But your sense of propriety holds your tongue, and you quickly change the subject. As a result, you get a small breakfast. Small bonus. Weird. I can't go to the hall. Why can't I go to the hall? Strange. Let's look out the window. Oh, there's a cat in the window. With incredible prescience, perfectly predict what will happen next. Crash. Yep. Of surprise and emanate from below. You step back from the windowsill and pretend you didn't see anything. Ooh, jobs. Could do a defensive job. Could also do a do this. What do I want to do? Let me think here. Kind of want to do the Kraken one though. Here we go. Read it. You resume reading about your time in the mysterious Clockwork Monastery. Much of these journal entries follow a similar pattern. First, description of your daily schedule, monastery, a clockwork routine that you follow with discipline and minimum variation. Then at night, the machinery of monastery life melts into the dream, wherein you emerge as something else. You have a full hypothesis about you know what? We all know what that word is. Hypothesis. About what these entries might actually represent. They could be a depiction of your future, or maybe a depiction of past events you've somehow forgotten, or a window to a parallel life. They could be pure fiction. Of these options, your scholars believe the entries most likely to be a depiction of your future, and you're inclined to agree. But whether this future is unavoidable or, well, whether this future is even undesirable, that remains unclear. The dull description of monastery life you can certainly take or leave, but the dream always captures your full attention. Let's do the comfort again. Receive a workshop that follows you from battle to battle. Okay. Start with 10 extra water. What do I need? Water, food. Food is what I need. Go ahead and do that to the enemy. Yeah, we're good. Where would you go? No. Birds and goons. We'll do this one because I need food. Ooh, oh, okay. You're not sure you remember how this works. Can you get a refresher? Well, I do remember how this works. It's a really unique mechanic. I'm not going to forget it. Produces workers based on its surrounding at the start of every... Oh my god, that's amazing. Um... Flight. Well, there's really no way for me to get that. Okay, weird. Could get closer and then do a stomp stomp to destroy it. I don't have a stomp stomp though. Defensive strength. Working impulse forging. Relentless impulse. Walk briskly. A wall. That doesn't help me out a lot. Okay. Need forest. That's still not enough. I'd like to get rid of this guy, but I don't know if I can. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. Let's see how this works. See how much that thing can actually get to me. Come on. Oh, it's okay. It's going for that. Okay. So it'll go for this before me. Alrighty. Where should you grow? Missing fields. I need food. Centaurs, goons. Missing water. Archer goons. Wormhole goons. Centaur goons. Do that one. Okay. Wow, this is really interesting, Al. Because this guy's just going to come and kill me right away. What's in the shop? Ooh. Be nice to have, but I only have 2. Defensive limb absorbs bites and scratches. Defensive spell converts heals to that. Water. Could sell the water. Okay. Nope. Still got that centaur there. Alright, so I can actually sell this 2 times and buy that. And buy that. And then what I could do is here. Forward. Okay, so I lost my thing, but I managed to stay alive, which is good. I think this is good. Oh, there's not even any boats in there. Yeah, there's no way they're going to get across the map in that time. Let's see what I can do. I think I should be good. I don't think they'll be able to get to me. Just based off of how far they have to go. Nice. Alright, I need water. Missing hills. Boats and goons. Knights and goons. Wormhole and goons. I will do this one. Okay, so they could reach, that gumbo can shoot me from there. I didn't think it had that big of a range. Boats and goons, archers and goons, and a shop. Scamps and goons. Boats and goons, but a hospital. They don't have a lot of money. I think I'm better off with the shop. Okay. Could always do a sleep. So I could rotate, go forward. Rotate, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. Undo that one. Sleep. Ah, drat. Okay. Hey, want to try that one again? Excuse me, what are you doing? Offering a mulligan, duh. Rest doesn't have any mulligans right now. Sure, but who cares? Comfort's cranked up all the way to level 5. We're just chilling over here. Oh. Yeah, let's retry from high tide. Okay. Boats and goons, I think I can do this one better. If I get the hospital, maybe I can get that one where I can heal myself. Okay, get rid of that. Oh, okay. Well, this isn't any better. Well, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm not going to win this one. I'm a sitting duck. Well, the dragon again. Summarize, you simultaneously need to pass on the light of youth by gathering 3 eggs in one place. The dragon eggs makes 1, and you can also pick up a very egg-like football on your way there. But what of the 3rd egg? Even if you do find another egg, the thought of safely escorting 2 of them all the way to the dragon makes you feel a bit queasy. You wonder how necessary any of that is. Can I do this again? Yeah. Continue research. Monster is full of cats. They occupy every hall, every room, gracefully, slipping between the gears, finding their home within the grasp of the machinery. Where the monks, yourself included, are bound by endless lines and duties and routines, the cats are free. Yet despite these cats being social and plentiful, the monks tend to avoid interacting with most of them. To explain why, one entry recounts an incident in which you stopped to pet one of these cats, an incredibly friendly, white short hair. As you do so, a furious monk accosts you and accuses you of endangering my youth. Here, journal veers into exposition, explaining how the monks of the monastery traditionally adopt a kitten when they come of age. That kitten then represents their youth. As long as the cat remains alive, the monk is considered young. At no point does your journal mention you caring for your own cat, so you assume these events take place beyond the time of your own youth. Recounting the incident with a furious monk, it's clear that you consider him misguided and pitiable. Whatever. Just another person trying to preserve his youth by cutting it off from any contact with the world. Yet, as you enter into the dream that night, you can feel his, and many others, stifling insecurities wash over you and become part of you. You cling to your youth like it's the glue holding you together. So, let's see here. Let's try comfort again. Start with the ability to defend yourself, yes. Passive money? Passive money. Yes. One up? Yes. Increase market. Give myself some more money. Why not? Yeah, max level 5. Archers and goons. Wormholes and goons. Archers and goons. Well, we're going to do this one. Okay. Honestly, right now it looks pretty good. Guess I'll just try to get some stuff. Yeah. Now then. What's this one? Offensive job. Earn 2 coins for every confirmed kill. Crush. Offensive impulse. A focused and powerful strike produces a small scab +8. Scarecrow. Defensive rock. Provokes fear and violence. And that's just trees. Heck by that. 2 bread, 2 wood. Buy that. Okay. Let's see here. Can't eat anything, so we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, that's the gameplay I'm talking about. Where should you grow? Wormhole goons, birds goons, boats goons. I'll go here. Take my chance with the volcano. Oh, there's the volcano right there. Sweet. All right, let's see here. Not really too much at the market. We'll turn. We'll go forward. Eat that. Just kidding. We'll do a smash. Just kidding. We'll take a right. We'll go forward. We'll eat that. We'll drop a barb down. There we go. Okay. Where should I go? So I do need food. Birds and goons. Birds and goons. Catapults and goons. It's missing hills. I don't want to do that one. Take the one with the shop. Okay. So get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Oh, did not want him. Let's see here. Shoot. All right. So what I'm going to do is right here. We'll eat that. Go forward. Eat that. We'll put another one down. And I think we're good. Okay. Those tentacles are really helpful. Alright, I need water. Chests, wormholes and goons, catapults and goons with water, missing fields, birds and goons, worms and goons, wormhole and goons. Okay, we're gonna do that one. Okay, so we'll get rid of these guys. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of those guys. Put that right there. Pop that right there. Get rid of those guys. They're all right in here, which is I don't like, but whatever. What do I need to do? My defensive barbs again. 2 food, 1 log, 3 of that. So I can get 2 barbs, so I should be okay. For any of these guys. Okay. Get some water. Right there. Got 2 chests right now, which is nice. I'll pop that right there. Dang it. Oh well. Alright, first off, let's open these chests up. Get the monies. Healthy fluid receiver whenever you gather water until the drip is done. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do 1, 2, eat the mountain, eat the trees, call it good. Okay. Need water. Wormhole and goons. There we go. I have keys. See if the keys work for that. All right. Let's see here. Oh, come on now. Okay, get rid of those guys. Yeah. Open this. Relentless impulse, reverse cruise. I'll solve that one, and I'm gonna get this guy. All right. All right. I am curious if I take a right here, and I go forward, and I eat this. Obviously, pop some defensive out. Nope, 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 nope. Undo all that. First thing I'm doing. Defensive. Undo that. I'm turning right. Then defensive, defensive. Eat. Eat. Go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Food, water, and mountains. I need everything. Knights, goons. All centaurs. Nope. Knights and goons. Centaurs will destroy me. Ooh. Okay. Kind of hoping for a little bit more water, but that's okay. What's in the shop? Make use of your skull's high density. Okay. All right. Oh. Instinct. Exceed the speed limit. Offensive impulse. Do what Boots does. Relentless impulse. Buy that. I got the money, so I'll buy that one. Nice. I am speed. So let's see here. Ooh. So we're going to go ahead and give myself a thing. Go ahead and eat that, eat that, eat that. Give myself another thing. No, we're not. Give myself a thing. We're going to eat that, eat that, eat that. Give myself a thing. Eat that. And I think we're good. Nice. Yeah, that defensive barb is really good. All right. Let's do this here. Once again, you see your mother. Oh God, we're doing this every night now? Okay. I need water. Birds and goons. Archers and goons. Shop. Yeah, I'd rather do that. Get more from the shop than anything else. Okay. That's not good. I gotta get away from this. Is there anything underneath here I can do? Nope. Well, looks like I'm going up then. Wow, that thing did 5 hits on me. The fluid. Receive heart whenever you gather that. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. 1, 2. Oh man. Okay, come on. Let's think here. One. Oh, did I just get rid of one? Whoops. Could probably go up this way. Sit right there, maybe. I can do that real quick. One more right there. Oh, no more. Okay. Taken 1 hit so far. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Okay. No enemies to hurt me. So we're going to go forward. We're going to go forward. We're going to eat. Undo, undo, undo. We're going to eat. We're going to go forward. We're going to go forward. We're going to go right. We're going to go forward. We're going to go forward. We're going to turn, turn, turn. We're going to go forward. And then we're just going to sit there. No! I didn't see that. I didn't think it could like move like that. Okay, we're going to try from the high tide again. Rare chest, birds, and goons. It's the birds I don't want to deal with. But I think this is going to be my best bet. Okay, I need to get out of this position right now. Um, um, how many did I have to survive? 6 high fives. Oh, God, no. Okay. I'm not going to be able to make that. It's going to kill me. Let's see here. Yep. Well, I wasn't really thinking about that, was I? Okay. Okay, get 2 tentacles. I'll get this. Nope. We'll go here. Spend our time eating. Then we'll go here. Okay, let's see how that does. One of 4 bases, 3 of high fives. How are you feeling, my sweet? Ready for sleep? Shake your head enthusiastically. Shops and archers, birds and goons, boats and goons, volcanoes. I will do this guy here. Okay. Pop that guy there. Get rid of that water. Hmm. One. Shoot. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. That'll be 3. Well, I need 4, right? Or 5? 4. Okay. 2, 3. Hmm. No, I got rid of it. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. So I got 17. The thing is this is just going to kill me. What do I got in the shop? Yes. Alright, so based on my math, I think I'm good. Yes. 2, 4, 5. Oh no! I didn't think that the tentacle would die. You stepped on 2 of 4 bases and have dirt 6 of 6 high fives from mother. Sweet! As the dust settles, you politely implore your mother to tally up your high fives. Of course, my sweet. Let's see. 1, 2. Wait, 6 high fives? Goodness gracious, my little baby can hang. That's right, you can hang. And as much as such, bedtime is no longer necessary. Woohoo! We defeated bedtime. Oh yeah. If someone would strike you, meet their hand with all 5 of your fingers. Oh. Mother appears to be in a somber mood as she admits to your adulthood and speaks to you for the first time as an equal. Oh, my sweet, as much as it pains me to admit it, you're not a baby anymore. As such, I suppose it's time you knew. It's time to tell you about the birds and the bees. Something makes you think you've heard this already. Oh, I doubt you've heard this version, my sweet. You see, bees, as irritating as they are, don't just provide us with honey. Within their natural hives, bees exist independently and chaotically. But within a carefully designed hive, with their movements constrained, their needs met, their motives directed, when enough of them have been tamed, then they are no longer individuals. Then the hive becomes an individual. An individual, just like you and me, my sweet. That's us. Wait, hold on. So she's saying that you're made of bees? More or less. I still remember the day of your conception quite clearly. I was surrounded by bees and in an awful mood. Yet one of the hives suddenly produced a strange offering. First, they presented me with a carved pumpkin, set alight so as to illuminate its potential. Then they pollinated it with the following minerals. I'm gonna write this down because I don't know if this game will actually remind me of it or not. Let's see here. Okay, so we are at wood, wood, food, stone, food. These bees weren't mere wasps. They clearly understood the exact genetic makeup I was looking for in my child. After that, they left your egg with me, whereupon I proceeded to carve out and populate the caverns of your skull. And soon enough, you came into existence. I used to hate bees, to be honest. I still do, but I'll never forget the scent of that particular hive. Following their aid in your conception, I never laid a hand on them again. Wait, hold on. She's saying you were made by bees, more or less. You're not sure how to respond. You didn't expect to hear a detailed description of your own conception tonight. Maybe it's bedtime after all. You think you should head upstairs. My sweet, I don't think you understand. You're a grown up now. You know about the birds and the bees. You can't stay with me. You have to find your own way home. Oh, can she tell you how? Oh my god, this kid needs to get a job. My sweet, no one can tell you how to get home. That's for you and you only to decide. What I can tell you is that my home lies beneath the surface, to my frequent frustration. I always wanted better for you. It's why you have legs. If you are to find your way home, you should use those legs. Start walking, start climbing. If you climb far enough, you might even find your home on the summit I've always longed for. With these final words of encouragement, Mother leaves you and your dream begins to fade. And that's where the new entry ends. The monster alone, fully grown, your own fate within a mystery. To be honest, you kind of skipped ahead to this part, anticipating that most of the entries were just filler about the dream's attempts at growth. You can always go back to them later, but at least you finally landed on some actionable information about the Leviathan. You're referring, of course, to the section detailing the pumpkin recipe. The descriptions of it felt a bit out of place compared with the rest of the entries, like it was stapled onto the larger message. Whatever, you make a note of your to-do list. If completing the recipe means you'll no longer face any danger from the Leviathan, it's worth pursuing. After copying over, you look outside and are startled by how dark it is. You must have spent the whole day reading the entire journal. You suppose it was quite long and rambling. But what of the war? Did the court even participate? Just as you stand up to investigate, something falls out of your journal. It's a small metallic object. It looks like a key for winding a clock. An odd choice for a bookmark. Was this always in your journal? You ignore it for now, looking to see what became of the war. With the war now behind you, let's look at the victims. 48. Bring a pumpkin to the Leviathan, light it on fire, then place the following offerings. Oh, God, I didn't have to write that down. Light it on fire. Okay, so I need to get the pumpkin, bring it to the Leviathan, light it on fire. Oh my goodness. Okay. Interesting. Well, hello, my kitten. All right. Okay. Let's go through the dragon and see if I can't, you know, figure. Oh no, I don't want the dragon. I want the kraken. Okay. Go to the shop. Take all my money. Yeah, we'll do the fire archer. Why not? Offensive fairy attacks the enemy forts from a distance with fire. Danger experts only. Okay, cool. We'll go ahead and go up to the goat. We're going to go up through the dragon. No right turn, so we'll take a left turn. No. Alright, whatever. Check out the water cooler, see if it says anything different. Then the Leviathan Payola scandal reaches its apex. See, we already knew some of the pointless rituals involved with bribing the monster, but now we know all of them. For instance, we originally thought that the beast only had eyes for offerings, but it turns out it also appreciates money. But like everything else with this wretched being, there are rules involved. One such rule: if a limb is not surrounded by any fields, woods, or hills, then that limb will only accept offerings of money. But that's not all. See, if the court can manage to bribe every limb, then the transaction could be concluded by offering money to the head. I wonder what it spends it on. With this, we understand the true nature of this creature, Varus. Well, perhaps there remains undiscovered depths to its spirit and character, but that's not what I've heard. Okay. All right, we'll go to the left now. Even though I could get the comfort key. Let's do that. Let's get the comfort key. Yes. As you approach the two sides of the debate, you notice a kind of harmony between them that wasn't there previously. And how do I know where I've succeeded? Okay, so you kind of need to forget about the idea of success. Comfort isn't something you win or lose, it just is. You interrupt to ask if you can assume that their debate is now settled, given that the thermostat is currently set to comfort level 5. Yes, the debate is settled, insofar as my eyes are open to the complete new frontiers of strife. I was foolish to shy away from my own discomfort with comfort, since the discomfort itself is the very calling card of my beloved strife. Now, I am dedicating myself to achieve mastery over this new domain. What she said, I guess. Well, that sounds lovely. Can you have your key back now? Sure, here you go. He tosses you the single key in his possession. The key in question is one of the oldest ones you've had on your keyring. It's the key to the house you grew up in. Your parents sold the place shortly after you left for university. The new owners doubtlessly changed the lock. Ultimately, this key is one that previously served you well in your childhood, but no longer has a use. Sounds a bit like comfort. I thought you were done. Sorry, still learning. You turn to her now. You don't suppose she's willing to part with her key, is she? Of course not. Do you think you earned this key? You don't think you had any need to earn it. The key originally belonged to you and was yours. I don't care. The terms were clear and you agreed to them. To earn this key, you had to rule in my favor, and you did not. I'll work on that, Your Majesty. Maybe you can convince her otherwise if we increase the comfort even further. Do it. If I am to genuinely master comfort, we must raise it as high as possible. Okay, so again, it's not really something you master. Having now permanently altered the dynamic between the two of them, you take your leave. Well, we got 2 more keys. So let's go to the gate. That's my office. I don't want to go to my office. Let's go to the West Wing. Oh, library first. Okay. Oh, your journal contains an eerily detailed account of your time spent in the court. Maybe it can help you remember how to get to the library. Wait. Okay, let's go back to the office. Journal. Wait, first off, what's this? Okay. Read the journal. Okay, no. You discovered some rather personal information about Robin. Make your first attempt at finding information in the library. You attempt to uncover the secret passage in the library. Okay, that doesn't help me. A few lines into the entry, and you suddenly realize you've been rereading the same sentence for the past few minutes. You try again. A few lines. Okay, yeah. First so good. Why are you so distracted today? But no, come on. If there's one thing you've proven yourself able to do, it's read. After an immense amount of concentration, you finally piece together the events as described by your journal. With the full picture in front of you, this memory, missing until now, snaps into place with all the grace of a soda machine dispensing a can. Here it is. You take a note of the fact that the court's chapel contains a television at the pulpit. It doesn't surprise you to learn that the television is in good working order and capable of picking up a variety of signals. After all, the plumbing works fine, so why not this? You flip through the channels. You don't have much interest in any of the shows, but there is one thing you would like to find. And find it you do. A baseball game in progress. Channel 22. The team's unfamiliar to you, but that doesn't matter. The familiar sound of the game gives you an immediate comfort that you didn't realize you lacked until now. Your scholars, sharing a love for the game, of similar origin to your own, wander in and wordlessly join you on the cushioned pews in the front row. The home team is trailing, but only by 2 runs. It's still the bottom of the second inning, and the future shimmers with possibility. Some time passes, you understand that you're only half paying attention to the game. This feels like the ideal amount of attention to pay. Hop, who remains adamant that you must not explain any of the rules of baseball to him, is describing his theories about the game. Skip is listening and taking notes. So, as far as I understand it, there are multiple teams of competition. Yes, I've counted at least 4 teams, but there could exist more that have yet to be revealed. Oh, okay, very interesting. At first, the goal of the game was unclear to me, but after a few rounds, I think I have a good grasp of it. Fascinating, feel free to post it. Right. Right in my best estimations. The goal of the game is to sell insurance. Ah, a common strategy appears to involve the use of comedic skits where employ frequent non sequiturs. Uh huh. Which I must say is exactly what I'd want out of a test of athletic talents. Though I suppose it's no surprise that I would like this game, given the potion we all drank. What else? Oh, many of the teams have recurring mascots, acting as key representatives of their particular brand of insurance. You're debating whether you should try to direct his attention toward the actual game when the actual game is actually interrupted. A strange signal overtakes the screen, destroying the visuals and producing an eerie sound. Out of the noise, the message begins to play. You move closer to the television to better hear it. The message is at times hard to make out, but here is the gist of it. The speaker identifies themselves as a representative of the Aether Galactic Command. They speak of a new age of human evolution, one of wisdom and peace that awaits any who accept their benevolent aid. However, the Ashlog Galactic Command will only welcome it into its fold those individuals who seek to put down their weapons in a battle war. Does this sound like Her Majesty? Yes, Her Majesty hates the war. The message concludes by encouraging any individuals who meet that criteria to reach out their hands. Her Majesty should do it. Do it. Do it. Sure, why not? You do it. As you touch the screen, the test patterns wave and a voice responds. Thank you for your interest in the AGC's mission of peace and wisdom. Representative will be with you shortly. The most beautiful music you've ever heard begins emanating from the television, but it quickly shuts short as a new voice interjects. This is the voice of Veralon, representative of the Ashlater Galactic Command, speaking to you. One moment while I pull up your file. I see. You appear to be enmeshed in an ancient conflict among orthogonal entities on the planet you call Earth. Is that their way of saying you're trapped in a magical fairy war? One moment while my translator catches up. I see. The answer to your query is yes. These sorts of fairies conflicts are very common and, due to their high allegorical nature, nearly inescapable. But here's some good news. The HGC has both the resources and the will to establish a lasting and prosperous peace, even in situations such as yours. To achieve this peace, however, we must first deploy a peace-building team to your proximity area. This will take about 2 of your solar orbits. After all, we are very far away. But worry not, we will maintain frequent communications. For instance, I will contact you next with an update ETA about 2 of your solar orbits. Please look forward to it. Until then, we, the AGC, thank you for your attention. Just as abruptly as it started, the signal fades. As the interruption subsides and the television returns to the game, your scholars offer you congratulations. You're a bit perplexed. What are they congratulating you for? Isn't it obvious? For ending the war. Yes, we understood this to be one of Her Majesty's greatest objectives. Now she has seen it through. You think they might be getting their hopes up, even if you were to believe every word that came out of the television. The war will not end until 22,000 years from now. Yet you have guaranteed that it will end. For an immortal war, that is an incredible feat. Yes, ending a fairy war is pretty much impossible. Yet Her Majesty has summoned a machine god who promises to do just that. It's probably one of those only methods I can even imagine working, really. I did it. What curse should I live? 22,222 years from this day, the Queen of the Titanium Court did unburden her people of the curse of war, and there was jubilation. Unsure how to feel about their conclusions, you glance back at the baseball game. 2 innings have passed, but the score remains the same. And that's the gist of what happened. Are you finally satisfied? Take your first attempt at finding. Oh, okay. You discover some rather personal information about Robin. Okay. Okay, let's go to the library here. Okay, we go through the door. We go through the door. We go left. Okay, okay. Which direction did you go? Taco, pizza, staircase. Oh, God. Let's go taco. Nope. Dang it. Alright. We'll take a left. Oh. Let's try this. You make an attempt to open the gates. You've already determined that your own keys can unlock these gates, but 4 of them will be necessary if you want to leave. You still need to find 2 more keys, so for now, the gates refuse to budge. Oh wait, you left some of your keys in your chambers, didn't you? Maybe you should go grab them. Okay. I thought the keys would have stayed, but that's fine. Towards your office, towards your chambers. Grab my keys. Nervous about potentially losing them again, you pick them up. Keys to the storage unit, keys for a winding clock, mystery key, and a key to your house of your own, and that's it. To the gates. Let's try this here. You make an attempt to open the great gates of the court. You've already determined that I already got them. They swing open slowly but smoothly. What should you do? Leave the court, possibly forever? Sure. With the gates open, you now can leave the court whenever you wish, but you doubt you'll be able to return. Have you truly finished all your business here? Are all of your affairs in order? If so, it might be time to leave. Except you don't think you're done here. It's safe to say that much of your business in the court remains unfinished. For instance, many of your keys are still missing. It would be a pity to depart without them. There are also the remaining curses to consider. You might still lift some of them if you stick around. And let's not forget, the salesman warned you that you need to fundamentally change before you can safely leave the court. So have you changed? Have you really? Something tells you the answer may be no. But you could still attempt to make an exit if you're feeling bold. Leave the court, you will not be able to return. Okay. I feel like if I do this, I'll get an ending, and then I might have to start over again. So I'm gonna say no. There's something I need to finish up here, but I can always go through that door. That option's there. Let's go to the chapel. All right, Puck. Let's go. Why did he proclaim you queen? You would like to know how the war started and when. Just how much are the fairies of the court messing with you? These fairies, a people well known among mortals for their pranks, might simply be having a bit of fun with you. You'd like to know how much of that suspicion is rooted in truth. I see you're getting better at properly framing your questions, my queen. Had you asked, is the court messing with me? I would be permitted to say merely yes, and our interactions would be concluded. But because you asked, to what degree is it so? Now you have prompted a genuine discussion. Given that there is no universal quantitative metric for taking the piss, I can't exactly present you with a numerical answer, but I can give you some points to consider. The fairies of your court are messing with you to varying amounts. Yes, it is true. But ask yourself this, are they messing with you to any greater degree than they mess with themselves or each other? The answer is no. To fairies, messing with an individual is compared to randomly pushing the buttons on a new appliance just to see what the feature has. Evaluating, testing, judging, knowing, befriending We place a lot of these concepts under the same umbrella, but if it gives you any further comfort, none of it's coordinated. There's no single conspiratorial joke. There are just scattered chuckles like wind rustling the leaves. So you may put aside your unstated fear that you are the only individual not in the joke, my queen. The last statement, having answered the part of the question you didn't put the two words. The court excels and night takes it. Okay. The enemy soldier gives you a regretful look as he approaches you in the hall, drawing his sword. Screams resound from the courtyard. I truly don't mean you any harm, Your Majesty. I just play one on TV. What? He runs you through, and you awake with a start. Scary. All right, everyone. It's been Polm with Titanium Court. Next time we'll do the mirror. No shower this time either, which is interesting. So we'll do the mirror next time. Please like, subscribe, and let me know what you're thinking in the comments. All right. Bye, everyone.